Hello Aries, and welcome to my channel Lady in Yellow Tarot. My name is Marcy and I'm going to provide some guidance for you this month for February of 2020. And this is going to be my new channel and I'm very excited to start this venture in YouTube. So I hope that you all enjoy my style of reading. So a little bit about me. I am a tarot and psychic reader, and I also am a clairvoyant. And just recently I started incorporating astrology into my work. So what you're going to be seeing here is a beautiful marriage of both astrology and tarot to bring the messages for you all. So looks like the cards are ready to provide the messages for this month. All right, here we go. Here we go. And I personally don't read cards that fly out. So probably because it doesn't happen too often to me. So if one ever does fly out in one of my readings, you best believe that is an important message for everybody. Okay, Aries, it looks like I'm already getting this feeling that there's going to be, you're looking to expand. You're looking to maybe create some connections. Let's see what else is coming from me for you, Aries. Perhaps you've reached a part in the road where you're like, not that you're in the fork of the road, but maybe you're like, can I do more? Is there more for me to do? What else can I do? I'm feeling a very much strong of what else can I do to make my, to further my journey. You feel like you're not at the end of the road and you want to expand. You're very interested in expanding this month. So let's see what else we're getting for you. So this represents Earth, okay? So I got Earth here on the side, and these are all going to represent the planets, and all these planets are going to provide energies for your reading. And then we have Earth on the side here because Earth is where we live. It's our stage, okay? Our environment. And then all of these energies are kind of beaming onto Earth here. So this is why she's over here hanging out with me. And also because in astrology, traditional astrology, they don't really incorporate Earth into the birth chart. So, but I feel like it's absolutely necessary in a reading to discuss the environment that we're in. So for you, Aries, we have the Emperor. Okay, so interestingly enough, this year we are in the year of the Emperor. Okay, so we're already as a collective creating chaos from structure. We are busy. Last year was very chaotic for a lot of us, and now we're focusing on 2020, like, okay, new year, let's go, let's get this party going. I want to build this house, I want to build this structure, and I'm going to grab the mess that was made last year and understand the lessons that were learned, and I'm going to create a new beautiful thing from that. So that's what's happening with you, Aries, for the month of February. You're very much focused on, I want to make sure things are in place. I want to start building something amazing. And that makes sense with the initial message I got about you guys are interested in expanding into something else. And perhaps you're going to be doing that because you learned from last year what did not work. And now you're working like on something that you feel like is going to be a solid foundation for you. And then here we have the Sun. So the Sun is going to be like your overall mood for the month. And since this is like your stage, like this is kind of like this is gonna be like your jam, your song, your mood for the month. And for you, you have the Star. Okay, so here we have, again, like I mentioned earlier, you're like, I learned some lessons last year and I'm not going to repeat those mistakes. You are now wiser, okay? You did a couple of jumps where you weren't thinking thoroughly, you were acting before thinking, and now you're like, maybe I should take a step back and think about it before I act, right? And that's what the Star is telling me. The Star is telling me that you've learned, you know better, you have faith, and you have hope that this time around when you do jump into something, it will come from a place of, I know better, okay? Which is great, because if you know better, then this structure is going to be a solid structure, okay? And then now we have the Moon. So the Moon is about what emotions you're going to feel this month. And for you, we have the Ace of Cups, okay? So Ace of Cups, so we have these fishes hanging out in this cup of water, and this is all about creating a new love for something, okay? So the fish is very abundant in symbolism. So you're over here like, yeah, I have hope, and I'm feeling good about building the structure, and it's gonna come from a place of love, a place of this new exciting thing that's coming my way. It could be a new relationship, could be a new project, could be literally a new baby coming into your life. If you're pregnant or you're expecting a baby, it could be, it could also indicate, for, very fertile, right? You could also, if you're trying to conceive, this could be an indication that this might be a good month to try. Now, keep in mind, Aries, if you do conceive this month, you will be giving birth to a Scorpio, okay? Because 9 months from now is a Scorpio, okay? I love Scorpios. My daughter's a Scorpio. I love her to bits and pieces, okay? So just keep that in mind. If we are conceiving this month, you're gonna have a little Scorpio baby. Regardless, though, emotionally, you're feeling really good and you're feeling really happy and just I feel like this amazing inner child happiness coming from you this month. And then this is representing Mercury. So Mercury is the planet of communication. So this is how you're going to communicate with others this month. And that's going to be through the Seven of Pentacles. So the Seven of Pentacles is something I feel like, Aries, you've been working really hard. Like sometimes Aries can be misunderstood because you're very action oriented and sometimes you do before you speak. But I feel here that you've been trying really hard, Aries, to speak before doing. And this is a result of the communication that's happening. You've been working really hard to speak, say things before you're doing them, and that's how you're going to communicate this month by you've already worked really hard to establish these relationships, and you're just going to continue to work hard in any relationships, any dynamics, any connections you got going on. You're just kind of enjoying it now because you've worked really hard to work on your communication skills in the past few months, even in 2019. Okay, so from there we have Venus. Venus is the planet of love, and so this could indicate either your love life or can just indicate any connections, or this could also represent your friendships going on this month. And for you, it's we got the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands is a very creative individual, very creative energy. It's about, I have this idea and I want to roll with it, right? So here we have the Moon, where I was saying you're feeling like you might be emotionally invested in something new. So now these two cards are kind of talking to each other, and I'm seeing that, I have this idea and I really want to roll with it, and I'm gonna reach out to friends and be like, hey, do you want to start something together? Like whether this could be a relationship for you, Aries. It can also indicate a new project together, a collaborative project, maybe a co-creation. But this is solid. This is very beautiful energy together with the Ace of Cups, with the Page of Wands. A lot of creativity, a lot of fire, a lot of spark, a lot of let's get this party going, right? And again, it's coming from this place of hope, because you're like, I'm feeling really hopeful about trying something new, and I know who to go to. And because also you've been nurturing those relationships too as well. You've been so good about communicating that it's almost like you're not afraid to just say things instead of doing things. So good on you, Aries, for really working on those communication skills. So then we have Mars, and Mars is about your drive. So this is this is kind of like the feel for your car, what's going to keep you going for the whole month. And for you, we got the World. Okay, so the World represents completion. It represents wholeness. It represents the end of a cycle, but in the positive way, right? So here you are building this structure, right? And you are now feeling hopeful. You've worked hard for communicating, and now you're connecting with these individuals, and it's because you feel like this wholeness, this completion is so close. You're like, I'm so close to getting to that end point, like the end game. Like I see it, like I feel it, and that's what's gonna keep your wheels going. You're like, yeah, I got this. I feel this completion coming, and it's gonna feel so good because it's such a euphoric feeling when you have this goal set in mind and then you are this close to the finish line, right? That's what's gonna keep you going. You're like, I got this. We're so close to being done. And then we have Jupiter, and Jupiter is about, it's the planet of expansion, also the planet of luck. And this is how you're going with the expansion, it's more like these are ideas to explore this month. So how you're going to expand this month. And earlier I mentioned that I heard this, message about wanting, like, is this the end of the road? I think I want to expand. So now that this is going to give you ideas how you can expand if you're in this place of how can I expand. So this is for you. You have the Fool. Okay, so the Fool. This is the ideas to explore. And the Fool is all about jumping in. Like, I trust the process. I'm going to jump in and do what I got to do. And I'm going to believe that this is going to take me down the right road. This is, I would consider this a little bit of an Aries energy, like, I'm just going to jump in and just go with the flow, right? But here's the thing. You're going to be going with the flow because you're in the right flow with this card of the Ace of Cups, because this is the water energy. And again, because you're trusting here, because you're wiser, so now you're more prepared, internally, and you're wiser, and you're just so ready to just jump. So whatever ideas that are coming this way from these connections over here is definitely going to be connected to you wanting to jump in. So once you find a connection that feels good, you're going to just dive right in, and it's going to go to a wonderful place because you're so close to that completion. So then we have Saturn. So Saturn is like the old man of the universe, not the universe, the old man of the planets, right? So he's very much like, that's great, you want to do that, Jimmy, but there's gonna be some lessons here to learn. I'm the old man, I'm the wise old man, and he's gonna throw some obstacles in your way because nothing is ever easy, right? So for the hardships and lesson to learn this month is going to be the 10 of Cups. So the 10 of Cups is all about happy life, happy family, happily ever after. Very emotional fulfillment of sort, and an end of a cycle. So what I'm feeling here is the lesson to learn is that you may be in the process of being so into this energy. It's almost like you're zoned in, like I zone in, like I'm working on this, I'm fixated on this, and I need to get this done. And in the process, you might be ignoring family. So it doesn't matter if you're single, taken, or, in between that's complicated. It doesn't matter because everybody has family. So we all have family. So you might be ignoring your family in the process of you working on this because you've subconsciously become a bit selfish, like, oh, I'm so focused, I'm almost there because I'm almost there. So just keep that in mind, that you might neglect your family on accident. So and that will definitely come to light if you overdo it. Saturn is going to come in and be like, you're neglecting your family, and you really shouldn't do that. You have to find a beautiful balance between both things. So then we have Uranus, and Uranus is basically mayhem, right? This planet's gonna be like, ha 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 ha, let's see what we can do to switch things up. And now this is not a guarantee it's going to happen. It's just like a warning of a potential sudden change. This could happen to you, but best be prepared for it, right? And for you, you got the 2 of Cups. Oh, Aries, 2 of Cups. This can go in so many different directions, Aries. So this, if you're single, I definitely see someone coming into your life and kind of, oh, hi, I want to date you. So that might catch you off guard. That's a positive sudden change to me. If you're married, there might be some temptations here of doing things you shouldn't be doing. Maybe the other person is starting to flirt with you and you're like, what's going on? Like, I'm married, go away. So maybe potential temptations. If you're in an it's complicated situation, I'm also feeling something coming here of, I'm feeling like, somebody might come and just kind of change your journey. Maybe when you might want to leave the it's complicated situation and maybe start something new here. Now, if we remove love and we just kind of look at it directly as something just general, I would indicate that this might be a new partnership that is not love. So if we're looking at work related, potential new collaboration, because I did, earlier mention that I was feeling something to do with collaborations of sort. So again, this person here, collaboration. So this could also be, but this is very, I'm not really seeing anything truly negative unless you're a married person. Then yeah, that's not a good thing. But otherwise, I'm definitely feeling that this is going to be a sudden change that you actually might want to come into your life, because this person is definitely going to change some things up for you that might be good for you, because it's a very, beautiful, like, balance card, where kind of like almost giving you like the infinity sign here. So it would definitely be very positive if this person came into your life and offered you what you need to kind of get things going here. So I definitely see it more positive for you, Aries, unless, like I said, it was like a weird situation. But regardless, when this person comes into your life and offers you some help, or they want to work with you of sort, you still want to make sure that you're asking all the right questions, like what is it in for you, and how is this going to work for me, type thing. And then next we have Neptune. So Neptune is all about aspiration, and it's like what to manifest this month. So this is like a goal to manifest. And beautifully enough, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So the Ace of Pentacles is the beginning of money. Okay, so you're starting to plant the seed, and now you're going to nurture it and see what kind of tree grows out of that. Okay, so that's a good thing to manifest, because earlier we're talking about structure, and we're talking about, starting something new emotionally, and you're emotionally invested in this with this, because this is money, right? So we're having something that you're emotionally invested in, and you've been working hard, talking to people, and these connections are going to come with you to help you co-create, collaborate, and help you with your expansion, because you're so close to the finish line, and you're totally willing to jump in with the right situation. But again, with all this excitement I'm feeling for you, Aries, you don't want to neglect your family. And remember that if anybody that comes in, any player that comes into your life at this point, you want to, or into this month, you definitely want to just, they're pretty much going to be a good person to connect with, but you also want to make sure that you're checking them out like 100% before you fully commit and jump in, okay? So, because you're very full of hope right now. So, I don't want to say you're going to be vulnerable, but sometimes when you're like so excited, sometimes you kind of put your guards down, and you still want to keep those guards up a little bit. So then last but not least, we have Pluto. And Pluto is the planet of transformation, rebirth. And so this represents what you need to work on healing this month, because we always got to heal something. And for you, it's the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords is opening communication, honesty, truth coming out. So what needs to heal is, I feel like, especially with this card with the communication being like you've been working so hard to communicate, I feel like what I'm picking up for you here, Aries, is that perhaps you weren't speaking up enough, and now that you are, you're still feeling like this weird subconscious second, like doubting, like, am I now saying too much? You're kind of concerned about your voice and not feeling like you might be saying too much now. No, you're not saying too much, Aries, because you need to speak up. You need to say things. You need to be able to express yourself freely. So what you need to heal this month is not worrying about initiating conversation, not worrying that people are going to be like, oh, why is this person talking to me so much so suddenly? Why is this person speaking? Don't worry about it, because you're speaking your truth, right? And that's all that matters. You're speaking your truth, you're speaking up, and you're not letting anybody walk all over you anymore, Aries. So that is what I have for you as an overall message for February. So this sounds really good. Like, I feel like, you're on the right path here, Aries, with some awesome things going on. But like I said, the biggest message I'm hearing for this is you definitely don't want to neglect while you're going on this amazing ride, right? Because it's gonna feel so good. Like, I feel this amazing high, and it feels good, and you're like, yeah, things are finally going in my favor. But yes, they're going in your favor, but we don't want to forget the little guys, So let me pull some extra cards, see what additional messages we got for you, Aries. And then you can go on your merry way into February, into the whole month, and just kind of have a better idea how to better plan of attack, right? So I'm providing you a nice little map so you have a plan of attack and you know where to focus on. So what additional message do you have for the Aries? Okay. All right. All right, let's see. Okay, we have love. So love is coming right back up, Aries. And we have passion. Ooh. And we have strength. Ooh, Aries. And tranquility. Okay. I love this, Aries. Okay, so tranquility. So this is the bottom of the deck. So this is kind of like the overall energy. You're trying really hard to bring balance into your life because sometimes that fire in you gets in the way. So you're very much like, let's get some tranquility in my life. I want to just calm down, let the fire kind of simmer down, and like, you know, kind of try to live more of a balanced life. And that's, you know, you got love, you got passion, and you got strength. Okay, so love. Self-love is important, Aries, and I think that maybe sometimes you get lost in some whatever you're working on, that you forget to self-care. Okay, how are you gonna bring tranquility into life if you're not self-caring? And you know it's okay to let that passion in and kind of take over, but at the same time, you know, the passion, sometimes you go carried away. So I'm hearing some carried away energies here. And then, you know, you need to have some strength within that. So overall, I would say definitely work on that tranquil energy. That's really what you want to focus on. And then, you know, work on your self-love and, you know, still be passionate, but don't mix those two up together, because then sometimes you find yourself in this weirdly weird situation where you're like, how did I end up here? And if there's any weird things coming your way, just have your strength. You're a strong person. You're very strong. So don't be afraid to use that strength when it's absolutely necessary, especially like when it comes to like, you know, not mixing things around in the wrong place. You know, you want to make sure you keep your boundaries and that everything is, you know, compartmentalized as they need to be, you know, and in structure, right? Because we had the structure. So you're trying to create order from all the chaos that you've been enduring lately. So thank you so much, Aries, for giving me space to read for you, and I hope to see you soon. And please subscribe to my channel, and I will be doing this every month.